Welcome into the Chiefs Report. I am your host, Harrison Graham. You can follow me on Twitter at HGrahamNFL. And as promised, speaking of new Twitter followers, these are the first 5 new followers that we got from one of our videos from over the weekend. I told you guys I'd give you guys a shout out, so here it is. Eric Bruce, appreciate the follow. You can find him at SwiftAceChief. Fishers of Man at Fishers_of_man. Appreciate the follow, Fishers. Isaiah Kelly, you can find him at Isaiah2005. Nick Rupert at NickRupert04. Appreciate the follow, my man. And then Dion at Mr_Mo10. Thank you guys so much. All these guys are members of Chiefs Kingdom, so give them a follow on Twitter. And as always, you guys can follow me at HGrahamNFL. If you want a shout out on a future show, we're going to raise the stakes a little bit. Easier for you guys, but more volume is required. Type me in the comment section. Got to get at least 50 me's down below. If we get 50 plus, I'll shout out 10 of you guys on a show later on this week. So type me if you want a shout out here on the Chiefs Report. I am more than happy to do it, but got to get 50 or more separate comments. Now let's get into the latest Chiefs rumors, and this is the big one circulating right now. The idea of signing Jadeveon Clowney after Brett Veach and the Chiefs very quietly, I'll add, restructured Alex Okafor's contract to save over $2 million. Guys, Kansas City's up to about $14 million in cap space now. Could Brett Veach, could he have a trick up his sleeve and take a swing at a guy like Jadeveon Clowney? Now, he wanted north of $20 million when free agency began all the way back in March. That ship has sailed. He's not getting $20 million. Now, could he get more than 13 or 14 that the Chiefs could offer on a one-year deal? Probably. But how about this pitch if you're the Chiefs? Come play on this defensive line next to guys like Frank Clark, Chris Jones, get 10-plus sacks, and then hit the free agent. Oh, and by the way, win a Super Bowl probably, and hit the free agent market again next year and get paid big time by another team. That's a pretty strong pitch if I'm the Kansas City Chiefs to Jadeveon Clowney. I think he would have to consider it. And by the way, he could face his former team, the Houston Texans, who didn't believe in him in Week 1, which is less than a month away. So I'll leave it up to you. This will be the pinned comment on today's video. Should the Chiefs try to sign Jadeveon Clowney? Type Y for yes, type N for no. For me, I'm typing my Y for yes. Go get Clowney. And more on this here, look at this potential bear front you could do. And I put bear front in quotes because not a lot of, only football nerds know this stuff. Even I had to do, a little bit of homework here. It's kind of that 5-man front where you got your 2 guys coming off the edge, and then you'd have Jones, Noddy, and Pinnell on the inside. That would be a lethal front. I mean, are you kidding me? Then you have a couple of linebackers floating, probably Anthony Hitchens and Willie Gay Jr. with Damian Wilson working his way in. I love the idea of bringing Jadeveon Clowney into Kansas City on a one-year deal. Come chase the Super Bowl. Get decent amount of money on a one-year deal in a weird offseason with COVID-19. You get $13-14 million to play for the reigning Super Bowl champs. Not a bad deal. Hit free agency next offseason after having a monster season because you're playing next to 2 Pro Bowlers in Frank Clark and Chris Jones. I think it makes sense. I think this will be something to follow over the next couple of days. And we will keep you updated on all of it because I'm intrigued to see what happens with Clowney. Plus, we're going to keep you updated on everything happening throughout the season. Guys, kickoff less than a month away. Month from yesterday is Chiefs versus Texans, September 10th. Don't miss anything. Subscribe now. Get in on all the action. We're doing videos almost every single day now. We'll have game grades during the season. It's going to be fun. Join this movement together. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. We're the fastest growing Chiefs channel on YouTube. How about the idea of signing Logan Ryan? I'm not as in on this, although I wouldn't hate it. We've talked about him a few times before. Maybe this is more realistic, but I think Ryan and his agent are getting a little bit desperate because now all of a sudden Logan Ryan views himself as a safety, and he had his agent send stat comparisons with him and other top safeties in the National Football League, like Tyrann Mathieu. I will say this, with Juan Thornhill still out and on the PUP list and probably not ready for Week 1, it makes some sense, right? Especially if Bashaud Breeland misses some time too. Then you're down 2 starters in your secondary in Week 1 if Breeland gets suspended and Thornhill's not ready. I like Logan Ryan. I like his versatility. His stats are incredibly misleading. He gives up a lot of completions, but he makes some plays as well, and you can afford that in this secondary when you have a guy like Tyrann Mathieu, when you have a really good pass rush with guys like Chris Jones and Frank Clark as well. Cornerback is a concern, but maybe you bring Ryan in. He's your other safety next to Matthew at first while Thornhill recovers. And then once he's back, maybe he works in at nickel some. Maybe he works in at outside corner some. I think it could be an option if you are the Kansas City Chiefs to bring in Logan Ryan. But once again, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. We're a democracy here. You guys are allowed to vote. Pick one to sign. You can't pay for both. Type JC for Jadeveon Clowney. Type LR for Logan Ryan. For me, it's very simple. Go get Clowney. He is by far the best player on the market. Your secondary, you'll be able to hang on. You bring in Clowney, this might be the best pass rush in the National Football League. We think we've got the best Chiefs face masks available. Actually, we know because lots of new styles just for you guys are available. Chatsports.com/Chiefs masks is the link. Some new solo ones. You can get this neck cover one for when it gets cold in Kansas City later on in the season. You're going to want one of those. Got different 3-packs available, including this awesome USA-themed one. Rep America, rep the Chiefs at chatsports.com/Chiefs masks. You're going to have to keep wearing these, whether you like it or not. That is just the world we live in 2020. Tons of different styles available, all the way up to 4-packs. I'll put that link in the comments. I'll put it in the description. It's chatsports.com/Chiefs masks. Now, this is a feel-good story. It already was, but it could be even better as ex-Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Alex Smith. Could he compete for the starting job in Washington? Ron Rivera is not ruling it out. Now, he's still on the PUP list, but he's recently been cleared to resume football activity, which is already a hell of a story here when he, quite frankly, almost lost his leg. I encourage you guys to go check out the E60 piece ESPN did on him. It's already an incredible story. It would be historic if he came all the way back, not just to play again, but to start. Are you kidding me? Here's Ron Rivera. The biggest thing that we've got to do is to make sure we're not just divvying up the reps as evenly as possible, but we divvy them up who they work against. This could be a very interesting challenge for us because of Alex Smith. If Alex is healthy and continues to get healthy and we do activate him, he's going to be in the throes of this competition. Now, more on this story in a sec, but can we just give Alex Smith a round of applause? Type the clap emoji down below. If you're on, desktop and can't do emojis, just say thank you, Alex, or whatever it is. He played a big role on Patrick Mahomes in his first year in the National Football League. Greatly underappreciated player in Kansas City. This is a hell of a story. So again, type your clap emojis in the comments section. And you look at this Washington quarterback depth chart. This isn't the Washington football team report, but we all love Alex Smith. Dwayne Haskins, we'll see. He's expected to start. Obviously, Ron Rivera's got the connection to Kyle Allen in Carolina, but former Chiefs quarterback Alex Smith could get in the mix here, and if he's fully healthy, he's been cleared, but he's still on the PUP list. This would be fascinating and a great feel-good story if Alex Smith were to return as a starting quarterback in the NFL. I hope it happens. Wishing you the best of luck, AS11. Last story here, bigger role for Byron Pringle. Fan-sided seems to think so. I'm not convinced, but there is some interesting arguments to make about whether or not he should earn more opportunities, especially because Demarcus Robinson and Sammy Watkins hit free agency in 2021. So, could Pringle get more reps? He enters training camp as wide receiver number 5, and that's not a slight to him. That's more of this wide receiver group is really good at the top, and it's really deep as well. Now, I want to point out this game last year against the Colts where the Chiefs really struggled, but Pringle stepped up in a 19-13 loss. 6 grabs, 100 yards, 17 yards a grab, had that sick touchdown on that Mahomes scramble. He's taken advantage of the limited opportunities, and I'll further outline that in this comparison graphic with D-Rob and Pringle. I like Robinson. He's done some good things in Kansas City, but 75% reception to target rate for Pringle, that's efficient. That's way more efficient than 32 grabs on 53 targets for Robinson. I'm not saying Pringle should flat out just get his job and jump him on the depth chart as wide receiver number 4, but should he get more opportunities? If he has a strong camp, I don't see why not. And plus, don't you need to see if he can be a legitimate piece moving forward if you lose Robinson and Watkins? I don't know. I think it's a fair debate to have. Who should be wide receiver number 4? Type DR for Demarcus Robinson. Type BG. I don't know why I put BG. Just type BP. It doesn't matter. For Byron Pringle, let us know in the comments section. B for Byron, D for Robinson. That's easier for you. Let me know who should be number 4. And you look at the wide receiver depth chart here even more. Look, it's super deep right now, but you're going to lose Watkins almost certainly. You're likely losing Robinson. Can you find out if Pringle can be a number 3 type of receiver? I think there's an opportunity for that to be the case, but if he's only getting 20 targets in a season, you're never going to know. So I definitely think more reps are warranted. Obviously, he has to earn them, but when he's gotten chances, guys, he has delivered. I'd like to see that targets maybe double this year. Can he get 20 to 25 catches on 30 to 35 targets? If he can, that shows me that's a larger sample size that maybe he can be a number 3 or at least a number 4 type of receiver. It's going to be fascinating. A lot of weapons on this offense, so he will have to earn it. But I'm excited to see what Byron Pringle and ultimately this Chiefs offense does in 2020.